Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with the summer transfer move to Arsenal. Brought to you today by Unibet. Don't forget, check out my articles that I've done for Unibet. I've done a brilliant one on Nicolas Pepe. You've got to check it out. The link is in the description. And you know what? I'm keeping this a Pepe-free Transfer Daily. Pepe-free zone. We've just been talking about Nicolas Pepe for the past couple of days. At the time of me doing this video, he hasn't been confirmed yet. But let me tell you, he is signing. I don't know if I just put my neck on him. I had a couple of calls today, right? And people were saying, Robbie, are you sure he's signing? Because you know what Arsenal are like. I'm like, listen, it's happening, man. He's definitely coming. I've literally just got back to the UK. We got off the Eurostar, and anybody who knows where YouTube is, it's right here in King's Cross, St Pancras. The Eurostar comes into St Pancras, and we was like, we've just not had a chance to do the video because we left Angers really early this morning. We had to then go to Paris, from Paris, then come on the Eurostar and get to London. And I'm like, yeah, we got to get Transfer Daily up. By the way, Eurostar, how comes there's no reception on those trains, man? Why is it so bad? I'm calling you out, man. Sort out the Wi-Fi and that on it. I was in China, I remember, and every train, Wi-Fi like that, speed. Come on, man. This is the UK, right? But anyway, that's another subject. But thought we'd pop into YouTube and get Transfer Daily done. Now, again, we saw it yesterday in the friendly that we played against Angers. The defence. I don't know if you saw the first goal we conceded. Shocking defending yet again, caught on the counter-attack. And I think universally, yeah, we're all infused about the Nicolas Pepe thing, but we all know that we need defenders. I keep saying it every day. Every single fan I meet says it. Over in France, everyone was saying, even the Angers fans were saying, you know what, you guys are frightening going forward, but your defence is really, really shaky. And I don't know what it is, man, over the years. We've just not been able to defend. And we've got to get some defenders in. We really do. Now, will the Daniel Regani deal happen? We're being told that Arsenal are really heavily chasing him now. They know that they have to get this sorted out because they also recognise that they need some defenders. And Regani seems to be the guy that they're looking at hard. They don't want to buy him on a sort of full deal. They would like to get him in on a loan deal. There's talks of 1 year or possibly a 2-year loan deal to bring him in. But Regani is definitely a guy that Arsenal are interested in. So much so that some people have been suggesting that when Sami Khedira was at the game the other day, that he might be part of the deal. That Arsenal might even be so desperate that they're saying to Juventus, listen, we'll take Khedira off your hands because we know you want to get rid of him as long as you give us Regani on loan. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I'd be very surprised if that was the case. But Daniel Regani, definitely somebody that Arsenal are really, really chasing at the moment, and they are definitely looking at centre-backs. Also, interestingly today, that there was talk that Arsenal inquired to West Ham about Issa Diop. Now, Diop's been brilliant for West Ham. Still very young and has been an absolute revelation since they brought him in from France. Arsenal was said to be interested in possibly going up to around about £60 million for Issa Diop. But they've been hit with a very firm no from West Ham. West Ham recognise that he's a really top player, and they don't want to sell him. So again, they've hit a brick wall with that. This is the problem at the moment, is trying to find a centre-back that's available, that is doable to try and bring in at a reasonable price. But the Issa Diop one, even though that would be fantastic, doesn't look like that is going to materialise. Kieran Tierney, though, that does look like that's going to materialise. That is going to be the next one that Arsenal are going to be going hot on after they've got the Pepe thing announced. Kieran Tierney, of course, don't even need to tell you guys about him if you've been following this show. Left back, plays for Celtic, can also play as a right back, can play sometimes as a centre back, but is so highly rated up there in Scotland. Celtic don't want to lose him, but I think they're resigned to the fact now that this one is going to get over the line and that he will become an Arsenal player before the transfer window closes on the 8th of August. What about the Deadwood though? Mustafi again yesterday, there were some people giving him a bit of stick, not booing him or nothing, but giving him a bit of stick for, you know, the defending during the game. Actually, I thought he was probably the better of the defenders in the game. If anything, Callum Chambers looked a bit dodgy out on that right-hand side, but we know that Arsenal want to sell him, and Arsenal are actively out there at the moment trying to move Mustafi through the door. We heard that Monaco might be interested. We've heard that a couple other clubs are showing a bit of interest. But Arsenal definitely want to move on Mustafi, although Mustafi himself wants to stay and fight for his place. He doesn't want to go. His dad, who is his agent, also again suggesting that yesterday, that Mustafi doesn't want to leave, but looks like Arsenal really are trying to force the issue and get him into another club. There's said to be a bit of interest from a couple of clubs in Germany as well. It's whether they're going to want to pay the fee that Arsenal are looking at, and Arsenal apparently looking for around about 25 to 30 million pounds. Good luck with that one. They ain't going to get that, but they really want to move him out the door. Then there's Laurent Koscielny. I was talking to a couple of the fans over in France yesterday, and they're in disbelief that, you know, Laurent Koscielny would want to leave Arsenal to go to Bordeaux. I was chatting to this guy from Bordeaux, and he's like, he goes, I can't work it out. Why would he want to leave Arsenal to go to Bordeaux? Well, look, we all know what it is. It's money, basically. He was promised a free transfer under the old regime. If he moves to Bordeaux, he get that big signing on fee. That's the only thing I can put it down to. Unai Emery was asked about it after the game yesterday, and he was sort of, you know, he was being pretty diplomatic on it and saying that, listen, he's not playing at the moment, and the moves are trying to be organised for him, and we're still talking to him, and almost kind of suggesting that he may still want to, you know, want to involve him at some stage. The fans have spoken. We did that poll the other day. 81% of the fans said they don't want to see Koscielny in an Arsenal shirt again. It doesn't look like there's any way back for him, but how are they going to resolve this? He, of course, would love to move for a free, as I said, to get that signing on fee. Arsenal want a fee for him, said to be up to around about £10 million, and are refusing to budge on it and will not let him leave for free. And I think they're correct with that stance. So that's still at stalemate, but they're going to have to try and get something sorted out between now and the end of the transfer window, because they were viewing him as an important player, as the player that was going to be their main centre-back for the season coming up. And that's not going to be the case now because, you know, of what's happened. So what's going to happen with Koscielny? Another bit of deadwood that they've actually managed to move out the door is Takamo Asano. Remember him? This is a complete mystery to me, why we even signed this guy in the first place. Japanese international. He's been out on various loans. It hasn't worked out at all. Hasn't featured for, you know, the first team. It's just a complete waste of time and money. He signed for Partizan Belgrade for £1 million. And even that, I was reading about the deal, and they're saying that that's going to be staged over a couple of seasons. So, you know, it's not even like they're getting, you know, it's basically they're having to give him away. But it's, again, we just look back at some of the recent transfers and it's just baffling. You know, this Asano one, when we signed him, it was just like, everybody was like, who is he? Do we need this guy? Where's he gonna? And he's just not figured. And it's just been so strange, that deal. Now, Emilio Martinez, who was playing yesterday in goal, did all right actually for Arsenal. Saved that penalty in the penalty shootout in the win over Angers. He's been linked with some moves away. He's been linked with a couple of clubs in the Championship. Of course, he was on loan there last season at Reading. Well, he's been linked with Leeds and linked with Blackburn. Both of them made approaches apparently to sign him, but he's rejected both of those advances and said that he wants to stay at Arsenal and fight for his place. He doesn't want to leave. I think he's right. I think it's a massive opportunity for him, and you know, to become the number 2 now that Cech is no longer there. But Emilio Martinez turning down both Leeds and Blackburn to stay at Arsenal, and certainly he's got a lot of game time in pre-season. So it looks like Unai Emery is showing a bit of faith in him. So looks like he could be set for a lot of games this season, probably more in the Europa League and FA Cup, etc. Arsenal also linked though with another goalkeeper, and he goes by the name of Freddie Woodman. He's currently at Newcastle. He's only 22. He's only got about a year left on his contract, and he's said to, really want to start playing more first team football. So he's not signed a new deal yet at Newcastle. Newcastle want him to sign a new deal, but he hasn't signed that new deal because he wants more first team football, and he's been linked with Arsenal, several other clubs as well. However, if he wants to play first team football, he's not going to get that Arsenal, is he? With Bernd Leno there, he'd be coming in again as a backup. So I'm not sure if this is one that Arsenal would move for. We seem to have a few goalkeepers at the moment. We've still got Matt Macy there as well, remember. But Woodman linked with Arsenal today. And I wanted to tell you about this one. Danny Rose. All right, hold on, wait a minute. Now, Danny Rose of Spurs. Spurs are looking to sell him, definitely want to move him on. And I was debating this a bit with somebody yesterday. If we didn't get Tierney done, would you take Danny Rose at Arsenal? That's what I'm going to ask you that question today. We're going to put that in a poll. And I'm not even going to try and influence it. Would you take Danny Rose at Arsenal if we couldn't get Kieran Tierney? I want you to vote in the poll and let me know. And you know what? On Tottenham. Did you see that tweet? Was it Lucas Moura who was talking about how they've just won a trophy, the Audi Cup, and bigging it up and saying, praise be to God, this is the beginning, and finally we've won a trophy. How embarrassing was I still can't believe it. I thought it when somebody was telling me about it yesterday, right? After the game, I thought it was just a blag. I was like, no, it can't be, man. It's some meme or something. But actually, it's actually true. Oh, Tottenham, man. Tottenham. Why do you do it to yourselves? But anyway, listen, forget Tottenham. Vote in that poll. Let me know about the Danny Rose thing. Thanks for watching the show. We will be back tomorrow. Don't forget to check out my article from Unibet. The link is in the description. We will be back tomorrow. You know what? Let me go get some rest now.